You're watching WYLN TV 35. Now, from the area's leader in live local news, this is WYLN News, the area's #1 source of live local news and information in Luzerne, Schuylkill, Carbon, and Columbia counties. WYLN News starts now.
Good evening, and thank you for joining us on International Women's Day for WYLN News. I'm Julia Wiegand. The Luzerne County coroner released the identity of a teenager that was fatally shot in Hazleton over the weekend. The victim has been identified as 17-year-old Stanley Jimson Jr., who was a wrestler at Hazleton Area High School and planned to join the Marines. The shooting happened shortly before 1 Sunday morning in the area of Beach and South Wyoming streets. Jimson was pronounced dead at Lehigh Valley Hospital Hazleton, while the other 4 were transported to Lehigh Valley Cedar Crest. 3 are said to be in stable condition, while the 4th is in critical. Police say the shooting was not random, and that one suspect is at large, but is not considered to be a danger to the community. Meanwhile, a GoFundMe account has been set up by Haley Aviles to help pay for Jimson's funeral costs. State Police also announced today that a violence awareness forum will take place at 4 p.m. on Saturday, March 26th at the Southside Fire Station in Hazleton. Anyone with information on the shooting incidents still being asked to contact the Hazleton Police Department at 570-459-4940. A Wilkes-Barre man sustained a head injury during a shooting incident at an adult entertainment facility. According to state police, 40-year-old Javier Bueno lost his right eye after sustaining a gunshot wound during an altercation at the Elite Club Foreplay Lounge in Nanticoke shortly before 4 Sunday morning. Video surveillance captured Bueno inside the club with 3 other men, where he was seen speaking with an unidentified gunman before the shooting occurred. He was taken to Geisinger Wyoming Valley Medical Center in Plains Township, while the other 3 men fled the scene. The shooting is currently under investigation in Nanticoke. A Schuylkill County barn was destroyed following a Monday morning fire. Firefighters were called to Rumble's Farm at 460 Aristus Road in Ringtown shortly after 9 a.m. for report of a structure fire. The barn was fully engulfed when crews arrived, and emergency personnel worked to extinguish it before it spread to a nearby home. Firefighters from Schuylkill, Columbia, and Northumberland counties were called in to help get the fire under control. No injuries were reported, and the cause of that Union Township fire remains under investigation. Hazleton area community leaders are looking for volunteers to help send aid to the people of Ukraine. Hazleton resident Maria Giacchetti is organizing a group to collect much-needed donations for Ukrainian civilians fleeing their country to safety, as millions have been affected since the start of the Russian attacks. Giacchetti reached out to local religious leaders, public officials, and the Greater Hazleton Chamber of Commerce, who have all agreed to support the relief effort. Volunteers are needed to help collect items such as medical supplies, clothing, personal hygiene products, and baby formula. A Hazleton Outreach to Ukraine meeting will be held at 6 Wednesday evening at the Hip Center on 4th Street. Those interested can call 570-459-5615 or email Dr. Maria Wu at msn.com. Governor Tom Wolf is taking a stance on the Russian invasion in Ukraine by showing his support of the country and its people. WYLN's Mackenzie Ocker has the story.
Governor Tom Wolf has announced that Pennsylvania stands with Ukraine and promises to take actions to support the country as it heroically endures a Russian invasion.
Pennsylvania stands with Ukraine. And as governor of this Commonwealth, I will continue to do everything in my power to support the people of Ukraine. Among the things, our Commonwealth stands ready to welcome refugees from Ukraine and to help all those fleeing violence find safety here in Pennsylvania. We're also doing everything in our power to support economic sanctions against the invader, Russia. The Commonwealth has already reviewed our contracts to ensure that we are not doing business with Russia.
Wolf is calling on all Pennsylvanians to come together to support and help the people of Ukraine in their time of desperate need.
The Ukrainian people need our help. They need it now. And it's incumbent on all of us to step up and work together to provide the support they need. At a time when Russia is trying to sow division in our world, We must stand united in our opposition to injustice, and we must support the people who have war inflicted upon their homes, their families, and their nation.
Honorary Consultant of Ukraine in Philadelphia, Irina Mazer, gave her gratitude to the state of Pennsylvania and Governor Tom Wolf for taking strong action against Russia.
On behalf of the Pennsylvania Ukrainian American community, I would like to thank you for standing and supporting Ukraine. I would like to thank the Commonwealth, its leadership, and its people for their outstanding and outspoken response to the brutal aggression of Russia's government against the Ukrainian people. But perhaps even more importantly, I would like to thank you for coming together in this unprecedented, passionate, and generous support of Ukraine. During these dark days, it has reassured me greatly that we have all found a strong sense of unity, and it was Ukraine that actually united all of us.
Wolf has also showed his support of Ukraine and its people by removing Russian-based liquor from stores, providing funds for Ukrainians who may come to the Commonwealth, and is currently reviewing state investment contracts from Russian countries to discontinue them. Reporting for Wyln News, I'm Mackenzie Ocker.
Thank you, Mackenzie. A Danville woman was charged after fatally starving and abandoning over a dozen animals when she was evicted from her Old County Road property earlier this year. A Luzerne County Sheriff deputy was serving an eviction notice to 47-year-old Hope Lynn Wolf back in January. Humane officers removed a living pot-bellied pig in a stall empty of food and water, a rabbit in a feces-filled cage, 3 ducks, and a chicken. 2 dead guinea pigs were found in a cage, and a necropsy performed by a veterinarian determined that they died from lack of food and water. Wolf also left behind 10 cats, most of which were trapped by humane officers. She faces multiple counts of aggravated cruelty to animals by torture, aggravated cruelty to animals causing death, neglect of animals, and animal cruelty. She was released on $25,000 unsecured bail. The National Center for Missing and Exploited Children and Lancaster City Police are asking for the public's help finding a 12-year-old boy who's been missing for over 3 weeks. Amari Poole vanished from his Lancaster home back on February 11th. Police at the time had information indicating that the child may have traveled to or was attempting to get to New York City. New information now indicates that Amari was seen in Lancaster as recent as March 1st. He's described as standing at 5'5" and weighing 150 pounds with brown eyes and black hair. Anyone with information on his whereabouts is urged to contact the Lancaster City Police Department at 717-664-1180 or the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children at 1-800-THE-LOST. The Schuylkill County District Attorney's Office and detectives are asking for the public's help in locating a man who failed to report to prison back in January. 46-year-old Robert Harry Collins failed to surrender at the Schuylkill County Prison back on January 28th to begin serving his 1 to 5 year prison sentence. Collins was originally charged with misdemeanor DUI drugs. He's described as a white male standing at 5'7" and weighing about 180 pounds. His last known address was 23 South Chestnut Street, Apartment B in Shenandoah. Anyone with information on Collins' whereabouts is asked to call the DA's office at 570-628-1350 or the Schuylkill County tip line at 570-624-3988. All information received will remain confidential. Today, President Joe Biden announced actions to continue to hold Russia accountable for its unprovoked and unjustified war on Ukraine. The move to ban Russian oil imports follows pleas by the Ukrainian president to cut off the imports in order to toughen the toll on Russia's economy. The U.S. will be acting alone, but in close consultation with European allies, who are more dependent on Russian energy supplies. Biden was reluctant to impose energy sanctions just 2 weeks ago to, quote, limit the pain the American people are feeling at the gas pump. However, gas prices have been soaring for weeks due to the conflict and in anticipation of potential sanctions on the Russian energy sector. Just this morning, the national average for a gallon of gas jumped 10 cents to hit a record high of $4.17, with PA coming in even higher at $4.31. We've got the biggest update for you on WYLN's big move to our new studio and office location. But in case you haven't heard, yes, we are leaving our current 10th Street Hazleton location to call our new spot along State Route 940 in Ebervale, Hazel Township, home. You might even recognize the location, since it was once home to Zola's Lamppost Restaurant. Wyln will be joining several other businesses at the building as their newest neighbors. All that being said, tomorrow, March 9th, will be our final live newscast at our current location. Wyln will then be going off the air starting Thursday morning in order to make the big move, but don't worry, we won't be gone for too long. We'll be back to our regular scheduled programming next week, so be sure to stay tuned for all the latest updates to our timeline. Coming up on Wyln News, more funding to reclaim PA's abandoned minelands, plus 3 cheers for 50 years of the PA Lottery. But first, we'll take a look at our 5-day forecast brought to you by the Wyln Weather Kids. We'll be right back.
Hey, do you want to build a snowman? It's gonna snow lots tomorrow. Thank you.
We want your child to be our WYLN Weather Kid. Your child can be our feature weather reporter of the day on WYLN News and WYLN social media posts just by using your smartphone or any video recording device. It's easy. All ages are welcome, from toddlers to teens. To find out how, go to the weather section of WYLNTV.com or look for our post about it on the WYLN News Facebook page. Submit your Weather Kid video today.
Penn State Hazleton is improving the lives of others, starting in our community.
Providing degrees that meet the needs of the area.
Fueling entrepreneurship and contributing more than $36 million annually to the state's economy.
Researching the health of our local ecosystem on the Susquehanna River.
Together, our impact keeps growing, backed by the strength of 24 campuses and 700,000 alumni.
Your guide to everything Pocono Mountains is PTN, the Pocono Television Network. Tune in and see all the unique places to stay and things to do in the Pocono Mountains. Watch PTN, the Pocono Television Network. We're always streaming at PoconoTelevision.com.
Come shoot at Whitetail Preserve, 118 Boulevard Road in Bloomsburg. Their skeet, trap, and sporting clay fields are professionally designed, and all stations are handicap accessible. Whitetail Preserve has resident shooting instructors certified by the NRA in shotgun, rifle, pistol, home safety, and personal protection in the home. Whitetail can also cater any size event, whether it be a private party, corporate event, or wedding. Call 570-384-2314 or 570-790-8969.
Pennsylvania is set to receive just under $26.5 million more in funding for abandoned mineland reclamation efforts in the 2022 fiscal year. According to Congressman Matt Cartwright's announcement, this funding is in addition to the nearly $244.9 million investment for the 2022 fiscal year created by the Infrastructure Investment and Jobs Act. These grants help local communities revitalize local economies by supporting good-paying union jobs and addressing dangerous environmental conditions and pollution from legacy coal developments. Pennsylvania has more unreclaimed abandoned mineland acreage than any other state in the country, with a majority right here in NEPA, and represents 40.7% of the country's reclamation costs. The State Department of Education released results from the administration of federally required state-level assessments for the 2020-21 school year. Given the circumstances, meaning the pandemic, the department feels that the results should not be viewed as a complete representative sample of all students in the Commonwealth, nor should a single assessment during an atypical school year be considered a true metric of student performance. That being said, Pennsylvania won't be using Keystone exams and PSSA test results for evaluations, since The variability in testing periods reduced student participation. You can always visit the Department of Education's website for more information. The Pennsylvania Lottery hit the big 5-0 milestone this month. To celebrate their golden anniversary, the PA Lottery released their highest top prize and first ever $50 scratch-off ticket back in December, the $5 million moneymaker. And the first top prize winning ticket was sold in Bucks County. As for what else is in store for 2022, plans are underway to modernize and grow their systems and retailer network, all while keeping it fun for its players and generating proceeds for senior programs. The PA Lottery was created by law in 1971 to fund programs for older Pennsylvanians, debut ticket sales a year later, and continue to grow into what we know it as today. Coming up on West Berwick's News Choice, we talk Sunny Day Camp 2022 on this Trooper Talk Tuesday, plus Leading the Way, Part 2. Stay with us.
BLB Auto Sales, a division of Barbush Automotive. BLB has deals that can't be beat. They carry trucks, vans, SUVs, sedans, and sports cars, and all at the lowest prices. Barbush Automotive can handle all vehicle repairs since they do it all. Check out their specials: oil change and filter, just $19.95. Alignment, $49.95. Professional and good people. Call 570-454-7571.
We're still coming to Jimmy's.
We are too!
Membership opportunities are now available at the Valley Country Club, 79 Country Club Lane in Sugarloaf. Clubhouse upgrades are in progress and will be ready for the spring. Call Frank Radis for details at 570-233-5328.
Did you know that WYLN News provides news updates every weekday afternoon
At 1, 3, and 5 here on TV and on social media?
Did you also know you can watch WYLN News on the go by visiting our website or YouTube page?
Now more than ever,
WYLN is your local news leader.
How you doing, everybody? This is Ricardo Santos from J Zapata. Woo, woo. You remember this old monster? Well, we're moving into a building. It's a big restaurant. Come and check us out. This is what we had on our menu. Regular burrito. We have the taco americano. Let's go with the Mexicans. They don't have a sombrero, but there you go. Corn tortilla, gluten-free. This is the birria tacos, enchiladas, nachos, flan, 3 leches. That is right. Come at 620 Hillside Drive, grand opening of J Zapata Mexican Restaurant. Whoop, whoop.
When emergency strikes, trust your care to the all-new ER at Lehigh Valley Hospital, Hazleton. With a facility that's now twice the size. Experienced nurses who see you right away. A quick assessment process makes sure you get the care you need. Advanced technology on site. Safe, private treatment rooms, and a peace of mind that only this level of care can bring. When it matters most, trust your partner in emergency care. Lehigh Valley Hospital, Hazleton.
When you see news happening in your neighborhood, call WYLN News at 570-459-1869 or email us at news@WYLNTV.com or send us a message on social media through Facebook. WYLN, we're your local network.
Welcome to Trooper Talk Tuesday. Once again, Pennsylvania State Police Trooper Anthony Petrosky joins me from Troop in Hazleton. And Trooper Petrosky, everybody needs a sunny day.
Yes.
And you folks are going to give us one.
Yes.
Sunny Day Camp back.
Or as we like to say, the best day of the year for Troop N.
Oh, I bet.
So Sunny Day Camp is a one-day Camp Cadet experience for individuals with special needs or disabilities. This camp is absolutely amazing. Due to the pandemic, we haven't had the camp in 2 years, but it's back. It's going to be held May 7th. This year, it's a Saturday, and our camp is at the Pocono Raceway.
Wow.
We teamed up with the Pocono Raceway 2018 when we ran the first Sunny Day Camp. And we had an unbelievable experience. We were there, we had a bunch of campers there to enjoy all the displays, and we noticed there were cars out on the track. So one of the people from this race club that was there happened to come over and they said, hey, you know, we saw a helicopter land. What do you guys have going on here? We explained to them the camp, what we had going on, and they said, wow, would we be able to take some of the kids out on the track in our cars?
Talk about right place at the right time.
I said, absolutely. So it's been a partnership every single year.
Oh, that's
so
great.
This race club, they own the vehicles. They do this on their own time. They come up and they take the kids out on the track. We put helmets on the kids. The kids hold steering wheels. They think they're driving.
Oh.
And we're talking Corvettes, Dodge Vipers, Porsches. I mean, amazing vehicles.
Another camp I want to go to.
Right? I mean, yeah, even a lot of the adults end up going in the cars too. It's an unbelievable experience. Beyond the race club, it's all static displays. So kids and the families, they get to move about and see and experience whatever they want at their own pace. We have SWAT vehicles there. We have canines, helicopters, our horses. Everything about law enforcement. There's fire departments there. Anything you could think of. We have balloon animal artists. We have a selfie station. We have a DJ.
Oh,
Lunch is
nice.
included. This camp is completely free.
And the other difference about this, there are many differences, but one of the big differences is your Camp Sunny Day is for anyone.
Yes. So we like to reserve most of the spots in this camp for troop and coverage area, but we don't turn anybody away. This is a very unique camp, and not every troop across the Commonwealth does a Sunny Day Camp. Again, it's a one-day camp for individuals with special needs and disabilities. Registration's been open for 1 week, and I already have over 65 applicants, which is amazing. I mean, we want to triple that number. And the lowest age I have registered is 5, and the highest age right now is 76 years old.
Nice.
So it really is for everybody. It's a unique experience. It's wonderful. We love it. The kids love it. The parents love it. I mean, it typically is a sunny day. Regardless of the weather, everybody smiles.
Now, what happens if someone hears about this at the last minute and they haven't registered? Can they still stop by?
Just give me a call, stop by. We don't turn anybody away. Again, it's so unique, this camp, and ours is so different because it's at the racetrack. It's such a cool experience. We're literally right by the track, like 20 yards away from the track, our entire camp. So it's so much fun. It's awesome. It's easy to register. You just have to go to www.troopncampcadet.com, click on the Sunny Day tab, and then click register. I'll get an email when we get closer to the date. I'll send out an email to everybody with the specifics, and you're good to go.
That is wonderful. Now, we can't give you the credit, though. This
No.
actually came from where?
This started in Troop J in Pennsylvania, and a trooper there has a brother who has special needs, and he always wanted to go to Camp Cadet, but because it's so tough and difficult, he wasn't able to, so she created Sunny Day Camp, and she encouraged everybody across the Commonwealth to hold one of these camps. So in Troop N, we started ours in 2018 based off her foundation, and ours just grows every single year. We're very proud of it. We're looking forward to it, and it's going to be awesome. And it is rain or shine. Regardless of the weather, we have it, and we smile no matter what.
Well, it certainly sounds like it's going to be a wonderful time. So give everybody one more time the information on how they can register, and if there's anything else that maybe we missed that we didn't get to tell everybody about.
So it's going to be Saturday, May 7th from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. It's going to be held at the Pocono Racetrack, and you could go to www.troopncampcadet.com to register, or give me a call at the State Police Hazelton Barracks.
All right, and this is, in case you don't know, Trooper Anthony Petrosky, and he is at the Hazelton State Police Barracks, and we will have you back
Sounds
again.
great.
We're going to talk more on Trooper Talk Tuesday here on WYLN.
You always get a feel-good shopping experience at Grand Central in Hazelton.
Have you ever experienced that super pushy salesperson who follows you all around? Not here.
Or wandered around that big box store looking for help in the appliance department, only to find the pink guy? Not here.
And we have an experienced, courteous sales staff here to help you find the perfect mattress, piece of furniture, or appliance with no pressure.
And don't forget, everyday low prices.
You always get a feel-good shopping experience at Grand Central in Hazelton.
Third Base Luncheonette, still making memories after all these years.
Something is out there. What it is, no one knows. However, since its first sighting, there have been numerous reports of strange lights in the night sky. Some say they are extraterrestrials, flying saucers. But to all of those seemingly unrelated uncertainties, there is one common thread.
Solo Spaceman on WYLN TV 35. Thursdays at 1:30, Saturdays at 4, Sundays at 9. S.J. Kowalski is your Mitsubishi Diamond Contractor. They can install a Mitsubishi electric Mr. Slim ductless heating and cooling system. Mr. Slim systems are designed to make any living space in your home inviting. You can have a different temperature control for every room in your home. The money-saving technology can save you 25 to 50% on your heating bill. For Mitsubishi, Rinnai, and trained comfort specialists, call S.J. Kowalski at 570-455-2600. Attention WYLN viewers, WYLN TV can now be seen on the Hazleton Service Electric Cablevision HD tier, channel 507, and over the air at 35.1. WYLN, we're your local network. When you see news happening in your neighborhood, call WYLN News at 570-459-1869 or email us at news@WYLNTV.com or send us a message on social media through Facebook. WYLN, we're your local network.
WYLN's going behind the scenes to learn more about the lives and goals of our local leaders. So, Jane Docherty is leading the way again into part 2 of this week's series.
And welcome back to this week's Leading the Way with Jane Docherty. Jane, tell us how you knew that you would end up where you are today and what led you to pursue that interest.
I always had an interest in volunteering and helping my community. I also held a public service job for my career as a public librarian. So public service was always important to me. And I knew many, many years ago when I was first involved with a group called Leadership Hazleton, which I am now the board chair actually, we learned about different organizations in our community that needed help, and the American Cancer Society Telethon was one of them. So I volunteered to help at the telethon, and I always say I won't tell you how many years I'm with the ACS, but it's more than 30 years. And I learned right there how important the telethon was to educating people about cancer awareness and to fundraising so that we can provide research and patient services.
Check back tomorrow night as Jane continues leading the way into part 3 of this week's segment. Good night.
And that's the news. Remember, the source matters now more than ever. Catch all the latest on our Facebook page, YouTube page, or at WYLNTV.com. Stay with us. A look at today's weather is next, right here on WYLN TV.